Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Dear students, once again we are meeting for a new topic, which is press report. Before we proceed, let me introduce myself and my co-talker. I am Professor Rajesh Mehta, working at Srimati J.J. Kundalia Commerce College, Saurashtriya University, Rajkot, and my co-lecturer or talker is Dr. Sirish Kashikar. He is a director at National Institute of Mass Communication and Journalism, that is NIMCJ at Ahmedabad. I welcome you, sir. Students, the topic we are going to discuss today is press report. Particularly the Gujarat University students will be more benefited from this topic because in semester 6 this topic is to be taught. They are to learn what is press and how do we make a report of some incident which occurred around him or her. So today we have an expert from that field. Dr. Kashikar has completed his doctoral research in the field of journalism and mass communication, and right now he serves at Journalism and Mass Communication Institute. So he will be a scholar hand on this topic. So prior to go ahead, I would like to invite him to say something about the press and its history in India. Press is a thing from which nobody can escape. આજકાલ પ્રસાર માધ્યમોનું પ્રભુત્વ આપણા ઉપરમાં, આપણા જીવનમાં એટલું ફેલાયેલું છે કે એમાંથી બચવું લગભગ અશક્ય છે. આવા સમયે ગુજરાત યુનિવર્સિટી અને ગુજરાતની અન્ય યુનિવર્સિટીઝ આ ટોપિકને એટલા માટે સિલેબસમાં ઇન્ક્લુડ કરે છે કે ધ ફ્યુચર જનરેશન will be more benefited from the topic which is currently in use and which will be useful to the students, to the citizens in general in future. So Dr. Kashikar, now I would like to know about your ideas. What is media and which type of media we find in our life nowadays?
Basically, when we use word media, we talk about various mediums.
Okay.
And as far as mediums are concerned, we are dealing with mass communication. We are dealing here with more than lakhs of people. When a person or a system communicates with lakhs of people, crores of people, it automatically becomes a mass communication. So here in media, when we say word media, we say or we talk about print media, that is newspapers, magazines, electronic media, that is television, then radio, broadcast media, and now we have internet as a new medium.
So students, on your screen you can look at the slide which says print media is one of the oldest and basic forms of mass communication. It includes newspapers, weeklies, magazines, monthlies, and other forms of printed journals. The contribution of print media in providing information and transfer of knowledge is remarkable. Print media has the advantage of making a longer impact on the minds of reader with more in-depth reporting and analysis. Whereas electronic media, that is television, deals with sounds and visuals. It has larger reach than print media. I now cordially request my co-talker, Dr. Kasikar, that would you just discriminate what is the difference between print and electronic media, sir?
Basically, both the media serve the same purpose. They are here to communicate with us, to communicate people at large. But basically, when we say about the print media has its own strengths and weaknesses, and electronic media the same way has its own strengths and weaknesses. Print media has a certain limited reach, while electronic media has a very larger reach. Print media is a printed word. It gives more impact, more analytical, and more in-depth news and views and analysis, while electronic media, that is television, deals with time. It deals with sounds and visuals, and it has to run within seconds, so it has no time for the in-depth analysis or news. It gives whatever in very speed.
Okay, so the two words which clicks certainly to my mind, that sounds and visuals. So it is a stronger side of electronic media to deal with the minds of people
Yeah.
who are watching it, looking at the report and all these things. So sounds and visuals are more effective sometimes than the photographs or the printed words.
Yes.
In our next slide, we are talking about the history of Indian newspapers. So up till now we studied what is media, and particularly we talk about two types of media, that is print media and electronic media. There are other like internet and other things, but in our syllabus we are just learning the theory, and that is also for our general conceptualization. This is not going to be asked in your examination, but for general conceptual clarity we are dealing with it. So now let us move ahead to our next topic, that is history of Indian newspapers. When the print media in India started and what is the impact of it on the then society and in current society. So Dr. Kasikar, would you please clarify the things about history of Indian newspapers and Indian media?
Yes, as you can see on your screen, I will read it and then we will analyze the history of Indian newspapers. In fact, as we have very limited time, we have taken a few parts of the Indian history or the history of Indian newspapers. As you can see on screen, that on January 29th, 1780, James Augustus Hickey launched the first Indian newspaper, that is known as Bengal Gazette. And on the same year, another newspaper was published, the Indian Gazette. On the other parts of our country, almost after 5 years, the movement started for newspapers. So in 1785, Madras Courier was started, and after 10 years, Madras Gazette was started from Madras.
Okay. Next slide.
In the other parts, other than southern part and eastern part, in western part also, Mumbai Herald, a newspaper, was launched in 1789. As we all know, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, who was a great social reformer, he used newspaper as a tool of reformation, social reformation. So he started a Persian weekly called Mirat ul Akhbar. And when we are in Gujarat, we must talk about Gujarat also, and Gujarati language and Gujarati newspapers. So our first full-fledged daily newspaper started Mumbai Samachar from Mumbai. This is the oldest existing newspaper not only in India but also in Asia. It was established in 1822. After these movements started, and when the circulation of these newspapers, weeklies, pamphlets increased day by day, people were also got awareness about this medium. And in the late 19th century and early 20th century, newspapers were used for social reformation and also for our freedom movement. In fact, Gandhi ji used the newspapers more than like anything, and he also started Navjivan, he bought Harijan, and so many, he started more than 3 newspapers, and he used it for the social upliftment of this country, of these people.
હા, આ તકે મને યાદ આવે છે કાશીકરજી કે ગાંધીજીનો એક રોલ પત્રકાર તરીકેનો પણ રહેલો છે. અને ખાસ કરીને જ્યારે નવજીવન અને હરિજનની વાત કરીએ તો એમનો જે યોગદાન છે આ બંને પ્રચાર માધ્યમોના ઉપયોગથી એ જબરદસ્ત રહેલો છે અને સમાજમાં એની અસર પણ જે તે સમયે ખૂબ રહેલી. એટલે બ્રીફ હિસ્ટ્રી જ્યારે આપણે જોઈ રહ્યા છીએ, when we are looking at the brief portion of the history about the newspaper of India, then it starts early in the 18th century when the first newspaper, Bengal Gazette, started from Kolkata, and we came beneath from Madras, from Mumbai, and Dr. Kasikar also talked about our Gujarati tradition of newspapers, and Mumbai Samachar is not only the oldest daily of India but of Asia. So it is a matter of proud that since 1822 this newspaper is still running and people are taking keen interest to read this newspaper. So much so about the historical aspect of print media in India. So students, you must be aware about the things that from 18th century to 19th century to 20th century and today 21st century, the impact of newspapers, magazines, that is print media, is greater on the mental makeup of our society. Our next topic of discussion is, we usually speak that press is a fourth estate, કે પ્રસાર માધ્યમો છે એ આપણી ચોથી જાગીર ગણાય છે. So Dr. Kasikar, you must be aware that in your terms, in media it is said that press is the fourth pillar. In English we say that fourth estate, because we are the members of language group, you are the members of media group. So fourth pillar and fourth estate, are these terms different or the same?
When we say about democratic process of this great democratic country, both the words are fine with us. If we say it's a fourth pillar, then there are 3 other pillars we will see in the slide, and if we say it's a fourth estate, then it is also a very credible thing. Actually, this word fourth estate came from Britain. Let me give you an example on this. During British Parliament session, all the people were there, from judiciary people from there, bureaucrats were there, and parliamentarians were there, and they were all doing discussions, and it was a very heavy noise. So one of the parliamentarians said, please don't do ruckus and please keep your sound low, because we 3 estates are here, but that 4th estate, he showed the finger towards press, and he said the 4th estate is there and they will show our picture tomorrow to public at large. So from that day, that word 4th estate came into the existence. So this 4th estate, that is why we call press or media as a 4th estate.
You gave a very appropriate yet funny example. I think the person was perhaps Lord Macaulay, who largely accepted the importance of media, who said that media is the fourth estate of our society, particularly in democratic society or democratic administrative system. Media has a greater role to play. There are three other pillars, that is parliament, administrative department and judiciary body. Our whole society is highly dependent on these three pillars, and the fourth one is press. And in the absence of any of these three, the government cannot run systematically. But now it is felt that one body more is necessary to be with them, that is press or media, because media plays a very important and impartial role between government activities and general public. So Dr. Kasikar, in our slide we speak about the importance of press as the fourth pillar of the society. Okay, in next slide, media plays a crucial role in shaping a healthy democracy. It is the backbone of a democracy. Media makes us aware of various social, political and economical activities happening around the world. It is like a mirror which shows us or strives to show us the bare truth and harsh realities of life. It is truly said કે અખબારો અથવા તો પ્રસાર માધ્યમો એ સમાજનું દર્પણ છે, જે દર્પણની કામગીરી છે કે તમે જેવા છો તેવા પ્રતિબિંબિત કરે છે. એ જ રીતે સાચી અને ઘણી વખત કડવી વાસ્તવિકતાઓ, હાર્શ રિયાલિટીઝ ઓફ લાઈફ આર accepted and reflected